Yeah, that was pretty good, but the downstroke on the G here at the very beginning.
I skip it all the time
Hmm.
because I take that time to position my fingers.
Well, how about taking off the last chug,
Okay.
right? Let's try one more time there.
Okay. Oh, you skip it from the very first one. Sorry, I'll start it again. Miss it again. Sorry.
All right, let's pause this here.
Yeah. Ah.
So you got a pretty decent score on this because everything else except for that first drum is pretty much good. So that's good. But of course, if you're gonna put this in there, and then you're gonna sort of play with that slow track, you didn't really get much practice on this, and well, throughout the entire song of practicing, you didn't actually manage to get it done right, right?
That's correct.
So it's kind of weird how that works because we tell ourselves that we're gonna do it some certain way, and then we put on the track and we practice this whole thing, and then of course, this is a common problem is that you get to that one spot and you don't do it right, and then of course you have to do the rest of it, and you wait and you wait and you wait, you come back to it, you don't do it right, huh? You gotta wait, you wait, you come back, you don't do it right. So it's common, everyone does this. Especially when they say, hey, let me try it from the beginning. That happens all the time. So the way to do that is to not play it with the track. Just practice that. Maybe just start with that.
That sound right?
It looks right. Unfortunately, I'm not hearing very much because of some
Noise?
microphone stuff. Yeah, the noise is a little bit crazy, but it's okay. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not that. It's like the microphone. It does not picking up the noise, but it looks right when you're doing it with your hands.
Oh,
Go ahead and try it again.
yeah, I needed to update Zoom, so maybe it resetted some settings, but I'll move forward.
Yeah. Well, let's check that out real quick here. So if you just go to the audio settings, and then the first thing we want to see is the suppressed background noise. I don't know if you can see this. So I'm just going to.
Yeah, I keep forgetting where I can access that.
Okay.
Where's my
Can you see that right there?
I'm getting there, no worries. There it is. Okay, audio.
Yeah, and you see in the middle it says suppressed background noise.
Yeah, it's back to auto. So
Okay, so let's put that at low.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice, and then we'll click on advanced, and in the advanced section, the echo cancellation, I guess we'll put that as auto, and then show in meeting option to enable original sound from microphone.
Yep.
And when original sound is enabled, hey, they updated it. Disable echo cancellation.
Okay.
Wow. There we go.
Maybe that will resolve the problem.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
All right, let's try that.
All right. Better?
That sounds really good.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Let's start from the beginning. I'll go a bit slower.
All right, go ahead and go through the whole thing here. And when you're doing the chugs, just do it one time and then back to the beginning.
Okay. I start from the beginning, right?
Sure. Nice. So that's a lot better there. So you just practiced it enough times now without the track that, maybe if you go ahead and put on the track, it might sound good. But we don't have to do that. I'll go ahead and give you a 7 on this one so far, and the one in the middle. If you want to go ahead and try this one again, just for fun, and then we can move forward.
Yes.
Nice.
What was the one in the middle?
That one was the hillbilly
The
song.
funny song. So I remove the distortion.
Yeah. It's too funny. I can't even do it. It's too funny.
I hope I can make you laugh also. Alright,
It only
so
works when you do it like really complex. If you do the simple one, it sounds normal.
oh, so you're saying you will not laugh
You
because
know,
mine
cause you
is
see how it sounds all like really crazy, like really complicated. I don't know what's happening here. I'm throwing in like all these extra little strums in there, or they're hitting the notes here and there. Makes it sound
yeah.
so funny. Like you're trying so hard. All right, all right. Let's go ahead and go for it here.
Let me put it back in. Okay.
Carefully
So,
pluck and then strum.
okay. My fingers are so wet. Okay. Okay, I'll try to go a bit slower than you, so maybe I'll be
Yeah, yeah,
better.
yeah. By the way, do
Okay.
you want to turn your camera just a little bit more to the left? Just a little bit there. Nice, yeah. That's perfect.
Okay. Okay. Start again. I sing
Yeah.
this. Come on, you can play. Yeah,
Yeah, that
so
sounds good. So, if you can play that pretty much, along with the track here, and do it kind of like you're doing there, I think that's about a 7.
okay.
Let's try it here with
Yeah,
the track.
just need to have the tempo a little bit because I'm making little mistakes and that breaks me. Normal?
Um, Probably pretty fast there. You might want to do like a 0.85 or something.
I'll put it at 90. I think I can do that.
All right.
So what is wrong again? Okay.
I assume the guitar is a little too loud. If you want to turn that down just a tiny bit.
My guitar?
That's what I assume.
That's possible.
Because you're going to need to really hear the music in order to play along with it.
Yes. So let's try it.
Let's see if that works.
Let's see if that works.
pretty good. Let's try it maybe one more time. Do you want to try it just a little bit slower?
Sure. Yes. 80?
Just a little bit.
I was at 90. You want me at 80?
Yeah, let's try that. I think that's pretty good. If you can clean it up just a tiny bit, I think a 7 would be fine. Good, good, good. Okay, so this is definitely about a 7 here. And in order to get this a little higher, what you want to do is aim the pick on those bass notes. Sometimes you're not hitting the string, sometimes you're hitting 2 strings on the bass note. So we really want to get the correct bass note and only hit 1 string. If you could do that, that's going to really improve things. And also the hammer-on is not always audible. Sometimes you can't hear the hammer-on that much. So it's just kind of those 2 little minor things. But everything else is pretty good. You got the rhythm pretty decent, and the like playing along with it is good. So 7s on both of these 2 songs is pretty good, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, these are good scores. You gotta understand, like nobody gets 10s.
Maybe one day I will.
It's possible. I mean, if you go back to the old stuff, it's hard. Even I might not be able to get 10s on some of these songs. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of these songs I probably can get a 10, but when I do recordings, I really try to get those 9s and 10s because you gotta make it perfect, otherwise it doesn't sound like a proper recording.
You need your example.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put you into the next thing here. We're gonna level up. It's nice that there are levels within levels, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Well, because you know how in karate there's belts, and so you're in yellow belt, which is the second belt, but they don't have tiers within the belts. It's just kind of like yellow or white or the next one I guess is green, I think. But here we have tiers within each level. We have tiers. So that makes things really fun. Are we on number 6 now? Yeah, number 6. This is disciple level 6. There we go. All right, so I went ahead and put that in there. You can go and log out and log back in again, and this one's gonna be pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, so we're gonna start with the fun stuff here. Heading over to the Sweet Child of Mine song. So on this one, you can use distortion. You don't have to, but what we want to do is start working on your picking and getting the accuracy of your pick down a little bit better. Basically, the issue you kind of had before of getting the accurate picking, we're going to try to work on that now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So here we got the 12. We're going to start with the first 4 notes. 12, 15, 14, 12. Let's get those first 4 notes there. This is index, pinky, ring, index. It's gonna be on string 4 over here on the 12th. Looks good.
And then index again.
Ring index there on a 14-12.
Okay.
Alright, it's important that we lift up the fingers. We only have one at a time. Very good there. Is it down, up, down, down,
Down,
up,
up, down, down.
Very good. Alright, let's try that a couple times. Nice. So, we're now going to go over to the 15. And for here, we're going to start with our pinky on the 15. $15. 14 is going to be the ring finger on the 3rd string. And what we're going to do is watch my finger collapse here. I'm using this part of my finger to play the 1st string. So you kind of lay it flat across the strings and then back up to the normal position for the next note. Yeah, very good. So let's play 3 strings with that finger. 3rd string, 1st string, 3rd string again.
Up, right?
Yeah, but it's important to realize that, well, you don't want your finger curling like this. Okay, you don't want it to be curling downwards like this. You want it to be curling, if anything, backwards like this.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's start with that 15, the pinky. Alright, this is good. Now make sure that we only sort of like use one finger at a time. So it's going to start with the pinky, no other finger. And then you put the tip down, then lay it flat, and then bring it back up to normal. So you kind of have to do like a ski motion. You're slaloming.
Okay. So,
That's pretty good. Let's try it again. So take the pinky off. There you go. Yeah, and then you sort of go normal, flat, back to normal. There you go. Okay. Let's try to connect those 2 parts. Get the first thing here. And make sure this is an up, down on those strings, right?
all the time?
Up, down, up, down.
Oh.
Then 2 downs here.
Down, down,
And then here's up, down,
down, up,
down.
down.
Yeah, do you see how it's kind of like pincering like this, where you come from like, you know, the top side, you're going to come down. If you're coming from the bottom side, you want to go up. So there's like a that type of thing happening.
Okay.
Very good. Let's try it a few times there.
That's funny.
It's pretty easy.
That one makes me laugh.
Nice. We're going to do twice. Very good. The next string is going to be the next line is going to be the 14 here. Notice that this is the only thing that changes, so everything else stays the same the whole time. Just the first note changes. So this is now a 14. This is on the 4th string. That's with the ring finger, right?
Ring finger goes back. Because I'm done with the ring finger.
Yeah, you kind of have to like jump a little bit, sort of.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's right, that's right. And we continue that. Two times. and then we're going to go to the 12th of the 3rd string this time instead of the 4th string. And then back to the original 12 that we had on the 4th string. Right, 2 times. Okay, so this is pretty easy. You've got it down so far. We just want to sort of practice it a little bit so that your picking gets a little bit more accurate, your fingers are working together, and yeah, it's really easy.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. $14. $12. Back to the original 12. Right on. Okay, so that's going to be the whole thing. And keep in mind that the beginning 2 lines are the same as the last 2 lines, so you kind of have to repeat this in a sense 4 times, because you're going to play this twice, and then you're going to start it over again this twice. It's the same thing. So that's kind of how it works in the song. All right, so do you want to try playing it with the track here? That was easy. We're gonna push through this real quick.
I have better skills in some of the playing, but not all of it. So at least one note at a time, I'm very comfortable. So normal key?
Let's try it.
We'll see. That's a little fast.
Right.
Wait.
0.75. We'll try that.
Yes. I'll get there easily. But,
yeah, a little bit of practice, you should be fine.
Yeah, that's the second one I was talking. Okay, so point, you said 7.5?
Mm-hmm. 14?
Yeah. One moment. Maybe can I play it one more time on my own and then
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
It's fast, yeah, on the second part.
But just for the first time. I know I can do this.
Yeah. Jump to 14 there. That's the hardest part.
Yes, that's this one here. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then goes here. Goes here.
Okay, one thing that's also pretty important is when your fingers are coming down, you want them to play with the tip. Right? So you don't want to play with the pad of your finger here. I think that's what's happening on the first string with your pinky. I think you're playing it with kind of this area. The only time we ever want to do that is when we're doing that little bendy backwards thing when you're kind of doing that thing, playing multiple strings. Otherwise, you're gonna have like joint problems.
Uh, I
You know
don't
what I
want
mean?
that.
Yeah. If you play with the pads of your fingertips like this, it's not really very good.
Okay. I should have cut my nails a little bit, but I should be fine.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
See, like that right
good.
there?
Yes. Yeah. I'll get there. I'll get there.
You got it.
I got it. Go down. Come on, you can do this. And then 14. 14. Bruise. Bruise. Okay, I think I'm ready for the plan.
Should we try this at 0.65 here?
We can, yes.
2/3 speed is nice.
165. Ready.
Good, good, good. Very good. So that was really nice there. Now, I
Yeah.
did notice something, a little bit of a thing happening here when you're picking.
Yeah, sometimes I make mistakes.
Well, not necessarily. These fingers here, you don't really want these to be touching the guitar right here.
Okay, so wait the picking.
Yeah, so if you're gonna pick, you want this to be loose. Or if anything, put the fingers on the strings. If you put the fingers on the strings, what's gonna happen?
It will mute them.
Exactly. That's part of the secret of the super advanced picking strategy that eventually I'll show you. But you never want to put your fingers here because, well, that's gonna be a problem.
And I will have drum problems again, right?
Yeah, it's just a bad habit that I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people tell you to do that, but it's just not a good idea.
Oh no, it's
Why
not
is it?
something. just developed that on my own.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't really notice that before. Why is it a big deal? Because well, you want to basically make sure that when you're picking on each string, it's the same angle. Okay, so it's the same angle here. It's the same angle here. So notice how my fingers follow that, right? They
Okay.
stay like this. So it's the same angle on every string. If I keep my fingers here, well, I kind of do this, but then I have to stretch really big here, and then it becomes tight here, and it's this kind of weird thing. And that's also going to leave these strings vulnerable to sound, versus if it was like this, you couldn't hear that. So that's
Okay.
kind of one reason there. There are other reasons, I bet, but I don't really worry too much about that stuff. I just kind of I focus more on what's good, because I mean there's probably not that many disadvantages to some of these bad habits, but there are more advantages to doing it the proper way than there are disadvantages of doing it the bad way. That kind of makes
Yeah,
any
that's
sense.
good.
So I don't try to figure out like what's bad about things. I try to figure out what's good about certain things, so that way that that overcomes those disadvantages.
Okay.
Anyways, now it's gonna be kind of tough for you to sort of like think about that, so I might have to remind you a few times.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's okay though. So that was pretty good on this 0.65 speed. So you can crank that up to 0.7 if you want.
Okay.
Let's try a little bit more there, and yeah, and then we'll be able to get at least a 7 on this one here, if you get that right.
No pressure. Sorry, I was not ready. Okay, now I am.
Watch the fingers there.
Ah, oh my god, my brain. I'm already overwhelmed by not touching my fingers.
Yeah. You want to try to 0.6 then? Just a little slower?
Okay.
That'll help to get that new habit in. It's okay. This is pretty easy, so I can kind of let you practice this a little bit on your own. We could try the next thing here.
Okay.
Let's try one more time.
Yes.
Very good, very good. That was really
Yeah.
nice.
So what happens is with my fingers, it was keeping my hand in giving me like when you look at the horizon, for example, you have a place to look to focus on to do like a yoga pose.
Right.
So it was my little stability.
Yeah.
So now I moved it, and now I'm like all over the map.
Yeah, that's the thing. But if you use your strings, touch the strings. You can just rest with knuckles against the strings.
Oh yeah, yeah, it went right to the string I wanted.
Yeah.
That made my map in my brain instead of from my finger. I got
Alright.
it.
Right on. So we're gonna go into the next thing here, which is a 2-finger legato exercise. This is one of those, drills that we kind of just got to do a little bit. So what it is, let's see if I've got decent notes here on this. It's pretty simple. You're just going to use finger combinations here, but this time, instead of picking each time, we're going to do legato and hammer-ons and pull-offs. So, or middle two. Those ones are hard. So obviously these ones are the hardest ones to do, so we want to do these a little bit more than the other fingers. And yeah, so here's a little bit of the tabs and stuff, but just kind of remember how this was from the very beginning when we start on the 3rd fret, right here, and we're just gonna go all the way up the string, maybe ending on, I don't know, the 9th fret or something. So from 3 to 9, we're just kind of working out. It's just a workout.
And do you pick up, down, up, down, up, down?
We're only going to pick downs on the way down, and you're going to do a legato, which means hammer-ons and pull-offs.
Yeah, this is what I wasn't sure what it is.
Well,
On.
Yeah, so instead of picking it, you're going to whack the string with your finger.
Oh,
Like that. Or you're going to have 2 fingers down. You're playing the 2nd finger here. And then you have to pluck it off like that. That sounds good.
and what is
So
pull up is?
pull off, you're gonna want, yeah, both fingers down, then whack the string and pull off. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So let's try doing that. We'll start on fingers 1 and 3. We'll skip the first 2. Those are too easy. So we'll go to 1 and 3 here.
Okay.
And if you want to go ahead and do this with the track or with a metronome or something like that, that's fine. Maybe you can just, see if you can do it with the track here.
Okay.
I don't know what speed this is. So it's kind of like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But it says 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Is it?
Oh,
good?
right.
Is it-
We want to go to this one. 1, 3, and 2, 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Match it up with the fingers there. Let's see if that works out. And if you don't like the sound of that, you could actually just put on a metronome and do it with that.
Okay. Let's try. Not successful. Let me try again.
Okay, how about we put on just a regular metronome?
Yeah, I can put the regular metronome.
Yeah. So that way you can just keep going.
Yes. So is 60 good enough? No.
You want to put it as fast as you're going to play it, so 90 maybe?
Do you hear
Yeah,
it?
maybe that's a little fast, I don't know. It's up to you. 80, 90, something like that. You want to try it out and see how it works.
It's at 80 right now.
Okay. Alright, here's the thing. If you're using just a clean tone, the tone is gonna die before you get a chance to play the second note. You hear that?
Yeah.
So if you want to have a, like if you want to do it slowly, you're gonna need distortion so you get sustain.
Ah, distortion. Okay, let's play it.
Let's try that. And it's gonna be a lot easier when you do it with distortion. That's why I played it with distortion. Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, sorry, okay. I started again.
All right, how about you play each string twice?
Okay.
Come backwards.
And then I
Pull us.
here.
You gonna come
that?
backwards?
Oh.
There you go. Just keep going from there. That's good. All right, next fret. So just move this up one fret.
Okay, here.
Try to get those fingers on the strings. The picking hand.
What is it?
Try to get the picking hand fingers on the strings, so touch the strings instead of the wood.
Instead of the wood.
The picking hand here? The picking hand? Yeah, so put the fingers that are there, put them on the strings.
They are on the string?
So, on this side here, picking hand,
Yes.
instead of having the fingers here on the wood, put them on the strings like this.
Alright, am I putting my fingers back on there?
Yeah, but if you put them on the strings, that won't happen,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, because I'm not playing them.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm muted.
So you can put them there and it'll be good. It'll sound better, so you won't have all that noise coming out.
Okay.
Now, by the way, I think it's a little too slow for you. Do you want to put it at 90?
Yes. 90 it is.
Right on.
Okay, I'll go one more. Is it the crickets on your side that I'm hearing?
Yeah, I have a sensitive mic.
Well, that's very nice. They are trying to play with me.
Alright, yeah, one more fret on this hand, I guess, but generally we should do more than that.
Twice or I'll go once?
Yeah, twice is good.
Okay.
Put the fingers on the strings.
Yes.
Yeah, and then bring them up. Like bring them higher. You see how they're kind of on the low end? So bring it tight together, like kind of like this. Instead of being separated like that, bring them closer. Yeah, there you go.
So I touch the top of my fingers or the tip of the fingers?
Yeah, just like the tip like this, it'll be fine.
The tip.
That's fine. Yeah, that looks really good.
Oh my god.
Nice. Okay, so let's switch fingers now. We're gonna do 1 and 4. Suppose we could just do like 3 frets is fine, I guess, for now. But then on the next parts, we'll do more. These are easy fingers.
Just push through.
Nice. That's a good position with your picking hand. That's really good. Just like
Okay.
that, nice and relaxed, and it's just like the fingers are touching and it's all close together like that. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm getting happier.
Yeah. Not having very much success on the left hand, though, right?
No. It's like
Yeah, it's
like
a strength building exercise, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You're
okay.
just building strength.
Alright.
Let's go up to the next fret.
Oh, okay. I can do this.
Just a couple more.
Yes.
Nice. One more fret here.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, that sounds alright. So, quick question here. As you're going, if you're using the fingers on this hand and muting those strings there and going down like this, well, aren't the low strings gonna be making noise once you're on sono on the other side?
Yeah, I'd like to reverse everything, but I can't.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think is the solution for that?
Using the thumb,
That's right.
like top of the thumb, maybe.
That's right. Yeah, and then not. Notice how your hand is. Yeah, notice how your hand is kind of like that. So can you actually make it more like down like this a little bit?
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So then you can see now you can use your thumb and sort of your. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
No
This
problem.
this is an advanced picking strategy, so if you can't get it quite right, don't worry about it. But at least you're kind of like on that path to sort of doing it right. If you're kind of
Yeah.
you're conscious of it, you know that it's supposed to be that way. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as you're kind of holding it that way, it's gonna help for later when we do that.
Okay.
A lot of people tend to get their picking technique, um, kind of sloppy pick. Don't like that. So anyway,
Do
this
I
is
have
good.
a,
Hmm?
do I have a sloppy or semi-sloppy pick?
Well, it was sloppy before, like at the beginning, but it's getting much better now.
Okay, good.
Right? You see the difference between like sort of the sloppy pick that everything's just kind of like you got an anchor and then you're kind of like doing this, versus having it nice and perfect like this. Here, it's just literally,
Yes.
whatever.
So you must be laughing very hard.
Hmm?
You must be laughing very hard when you're seeing all this, like how I was.
Yeah, but it's very common throughout guitar players. The thing is, like, I know that, I mean, it's like there's like the casual way to play guitar, which everybody tends to do because it's just casual stuff, and then there's sort of the professional way to do things, which requires a lot of like intensity and just doing things like that. So at this point, I've gotten used to it. Everybody plays the casual way.
Got it. But
So
I'll play the professional way, so it's gonna be easier to play.
yeah, I learned it the professional way, even though I'm like I don't I don't know if I would call myself a professional, but I learned it from professionals, and even a lot of those pros who are really good and really fast, they still have these casual habits and stuff. They just got good at playing fast casually, right? And then there's sort of like the classical position and the perfect fit thumb muting picking style and the perfect technique type of thing that you kind of learn, and if you do it that way, well, it's going to be easier for you to get good really fast, because you don't have all these bad habits that are slowing you down. But a lot of people can get really good even with bad habits, like you know it, it's just that it's not really very easy. It takes a
Okay.
long time to do that. But I suppose it takes a long time to do it anyway, so, you know.
You know how much I was struggling having those notes anyway, so by improving this, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's work on 2 and 3 here. This is the middle two fingers here.
Okay.
And this time we're going to go a little bit further. So let's go from frets 3 to 6, or 3 to 9. So a little bit more, because these are harder fingers. They're take a lot of... I'm actually going to join you here on this practice, because it's good practice. So you can go ahead and just kind of put on the metronome again. I'd suggest, if you want to, go a little faster.
I just lost your sound.
Sorry, I suggest to go a little faster if you want to.
Okay, you want to play it at 100?
Yeah. See if you can do that. And then, if it's easy, you just keep cranking up the speed, because the faster you go, the better, right?
Oh, yes.
As long as it's still pretty reasonable in terms of like you're executing it properly.
But let's see how it goes at 100.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna sort of do it too.
Okay. You're still following me, right? One ten.
All right, very good. So we're gonna switch over to fingers 2 and 4 now. Let's do that. You want to try this at 120?
Sure, 120. Okay. I'm struggling going down. One, two, three, four. What's up? Okay. Cap. Alright. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One last time. Gonna get that. Focus. Cap. Come on. Final sprint. Okay.
Man, that hurt.
It does hurt. I mean, ow. Why
Well,
I'm not able to go back up?
I was doing it 4 times while you were doing it 2 times.
Yes. Yeah, I saw your fingers going. I'm like, oh, you're probably doing this all on your own.
Well, all right. So let's do the last pair, which is 3 and 4.
How is it going? Like the 2 and 4 going back down. I struggled so much.
Well,
Is it just kind of practice?
your fingers are weak.
Yeah. Okay.
The only strong one is going to be like the index and ring. These 2 fingers are pretty strong, but the other fingers are really weak.
Okay.
It's just the way it is. So
Okay.
that's good. It's good that we practice this, because I don't know if you've ever heard of the spider exercise.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, they kind of tell you to do something like that, right? What do you think about that?
No problem.
Well, what do you think about that?
I think that one day I'll be able to do it.
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, comparing that exercise to what we're doing here,
I will need to try it.
well, the thing is, if you do the spider exercise with 4 fingers, if you do this stuff here that we're doing with 4 fingers, or even,
Oh, nice.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
You know why?
Because my fingers are weak.
What? I don't think it's very good to do that. To practice
Okay.
that, what I was just doing. 4 fingers. I don't think that's good. Why?
Okay. Yeah.
Why is it not good to practice with all 4 fingers like that?
I
They're relatively useless, to be honest.
Okay.
Why?
Because this is not how we are playing the guitar.
Exactly. You're never gonna play anything like that.
It's most likely like stepping one fret. Right? Typically, when we play one note after the other, it's like most likely 1 and 3 and 2 and 4.
Well, you are going to play notes that are close together like this. That's definitely true. But the thing is, you're never going to use 4 fingers at the same time. Like, it's going to be really rare that you ever would play with 4 fingers at the same time like that. So it makes no sense to practice something like this that you're never going to actually use in your actual guitar playing. It just doesn't make any sense. You might think, hey, well, it's a finger strength exercise. But at the same time, you're not really building strength with, like, the fingers. This is way better because you're using 2 fingers. So those fingers are getting super strong. Like, this is like kind of balancing out all the, like, it's kind of distributing all the weight throughout 4 fingers, which makes it less effective, right? So if you ever hear someone say, hey, practice with 4 fingers like this, you know that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Okay.
Think about it, like, honestly.
Can I compare it? It's like practicing tennis when you want to play ping pong.
Yeah, it's
That's the
let's
same
see.
muscle.
It's well, if we were gonna try to do something like that, okay, it's like kind of trying to playing golf, and you're gonna take 4 clubs, and you're gonna use 4 clubs to hit the ball at the same time. That doesn't make any sense. You're not going to get better
Alright.
by doing that.
Yes. Okay.
So you want to take each club and hit practice with each club. So you get good at that club, and then you get good at that club, and then you get good at that one, and then that one. You're not going to take 4 and just go like, that, like, oh, but it's a strength building exercise. Not really. I mean, maybe, but it's not really that great. So it's kind of like that. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and try the last finger combination, and then we'll see what happens. All
Okay.
right. Can we do this a little faster, like 135 or something?
Yes, we can.
All right, let's try that.
You said 135. Okay. 135 it is. 3 and 4. Ready? One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
We did it.
Almost, almost, almost. My fingers really hurt. I think the problem is really on my pinky. The pinky. So even if I try with the 3 or the 2,
Hey,
I'll
my pinky died 10 years ago. Whatever. Okay, so this is actually really good. Did you notice how I actually wanted to play along with you with this exercise? That says something.
I take it like a very nice compliment.
Well, the fact is that this exercise is really powerful. It's one of the better ones that we could do here in these early stages. It's going to get your physical technique, like, you work out your physical technique. It's a workout. It's like, oh my god, I wouldn't practice anything else from these lower levels except for something like this. It's that good.
It's that good.
It's that good, yeah.
It means that I'll have to practice more and more and more.
Yeah, you want to practice this a lot, and especially with the faster speeds.
Yeah, I was putting it at 135 and I felt like although the pinky was not acting like I wanted it to act, I was able to follow it.
Yeah, and realize that when you play faster, the practice time becomes shorter.
Yes,
See,
I
that
like that.
last one we did it really quickly because our speed was really fast.
Yep.
And so, yeah. So good stuff. We did really well today. I'll give you good scores on this one here. I believe we can say, well, you see, I'm a little conflicted with these technical exercises because for me, I would say it should be however fast you can do it out of 1,000. Should be out of 1,000. So that should be like 135, should be like 1.5 or something. But, you know, I don't think that's how it works. We'll go ahead and do, let's see, maybe I can multiply this by something. How can I score this? Because in my eyes, like, you should be able to do this at like, you know, at least like 400, speed of 400. Right now it's at like 150 or so. How about we do like a 4? Alright? I want it faster. The faster you get, then the more points you get. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. I need stronger fingers for that.
Yeah, if you can get this to like 200, you know, that'll be like a 6 or something.
Okay, that sounds like a
You can
great
get like
goal.
250, you can get like that 7 or 8 maybe. 300, now we're talking like 8s and 9s.
Okay.
Yeah, we want good speeds on these technical exercises.
Sounds good.
All right.
You're gonna kill my pinky, but it's okay.
There's also a very important thing you have to do when you're doing these at fast speeds. One secret to playing at fast speed is that you don't necessarily want to lift your finger up, even though it's obviously going to happen. But okay, think about like a piano.
Yeah. You mentioned about that, right? The distance, the farther it is, the longer it takes to put it back down.
Well, it's kind of on the way up. Okay, a lot of people want to pull their fingers up like this. See, watch, up. Fingers come up. That's not good.
Okay.
Our fingers should go down, and then they should relax. So what happens is it should be like this: down, relax, down, relax, down, relax. You see how this is a down, and then I unsqueeze. You ever seen like a sponge, right? You squeeze the sponge, and the sponge unsqueezes. You squeeze the sponge, and the sponge unsqueezes. That's what we want to do with these exercises, these technical exercises. You squeeze and unsqueeze. Okay, you're not trying to like blow air into the sponge and make it big. Like, you know, it squeezes and it unsqueezes. You're not trying to make the sponge big like that. But people tend to do that with their fingers when they're playing guitar. They're like down and then they're up like this, down and then up like this, because they're going down with their finger and then pulling it away, down with their finger and pulling it away. But that's not what we want to do. And when you do that, you're like double force, because you're like down and then pulling up and then pushing down and pulling up and pushing down. Where does your hand get a chance to relax? It gets a chance to relax when you go down and relax, down, relax, down, relax. So we'll see, my fingers are pretty good at doing that. Down, relax, like this.
Okay.
Okay, versus down and then up, down and up, down and up. We're gonna work on that specific strategy later in the next book. That's sort of the rite of passage for getting into the next level. If you can play technique really well, you're going to be able to move up to the higher stages of guitar playing. If you think about it, technique, it's a guitar. Technique. You need technique to play good. All right. So anyway, so we're pretty good here on these points here, and you know, don't feel like this is bad, because it's actually really good on technique exercises. It should be scored very low. If I were scoring myself on this, you know, I would score it out of 1,000. So, you know, if I can only do it at say 400, I'd only give myself a 4. If I could do it at 600, give myself a 6.
Well, how about like we were at 135 and you were doing 4 strings
Yeah, so that's
instead
like
of
4, maybe
so
500 or so.
yourself, because I couldn't hear you.
So, well, the thing is, when you click, every time you click, that's 1. So if it was times 2, I think I was playing it at like 250, 270 or something, like 300 or so. Right.
So I
Yeah, that's really slow. So slow.
so can you play the speed that you are expecting?
Well, I can't play it at this. Oops, not a calculator. I need a metronome. I can't play it at the speed that I'm expecting. But for you, if you could play this at like 400, so that would be basically 200, and then double speed that. So. Yeah, that's pretty slow. It's kind of slow.
Sounds very slow.
Yeah, doesn't it sound slow?
No, it sounds super fast.
Um,
So that's why I wanted to have like a leverage. What is a good rhythm for you? Like, what's the typical practice?
I mean, that's pretty decent if you could practice it at that speed, maybe 500. Like, for me, my fast speed, actual playing speed, yeah, it's like 600 maybe. I mean, I'm probably slower now that I haven't really been practicing too much, but, that was kind of where it was. It was like 4 to 600 was like a good sort of like, for physical training, I'd say 600 was kind of like, 600 is all right. You want to get to like close to 1,000 if you can. If you want to do good physical training, realize that this means you're gonna play like very small piece of music that you can play fast. Like if you're just gonna do something like this, you could stay on 2 strings. So. Well, it's too fast for me right now. You notice how if I want to build up speed here, I can't do the full 6. I can't play it in time, so instead... My goal is to play 1, 2, 3, 4, and being a 1, and then the 4 is on the next click. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's gonna be 600, right? It's not gonna be a full length, but it's a very short length at 600. And you have to kind of work up to this, of course. It's kind of like you have to train. You can't just start with the super heavy weight. You have to start with like a small weight and build up, work your muscles up, and then you can play at the faster speeds. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least I understand what the goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being able to play a little faster is nice.
Yes.
All right, very good. So yeah, see if you play that a little faster, and then you'll get a couple more points here and stuff. This looks good.
Oh,
All right,
sounds very.
I'll see you around. Okay, that was perfect.
Okay.